Alright, so we're going to be talking about Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, but today's topic is going to be a bit different than expected because I still have no idea why there isn't any hype about this game. That so far, Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon has brought us more than any other sequel game in Pokemon, but the crowd just seems to go mild. That this seems to be a better version of what we expected Pokemon Sun and Moon to be, but compared to getting ready to the launch, just a month before, there was so much more hype. People were rabid over anything with Pokemon Sun and Moon, but as it stands right now, people just seem pissed off that the game exists, and for almost no reason. Now, the strange thing is, there's been a prevailing theory going around that the Switch version, that the rumors going back to like November 18th, so the day after Pokemon Sun and Moon came out, we had that Eurogamer, sources, Nintendo Switch get Pokemon Sun and Moon version, and people are saying that this is why Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon is dead, and it's also a reason why Pokemon Sun and Moon didn't perform that well, because people were like, well, damn, we're just gonna have a better version on the Switch, so why should we care? And somehow that actually impacts Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. It doesn't make any sense to me. And the reason why is, let's go and break down all the good points, let's break down all the pros or all the reasons why people might get hyped about the Eurogamer leak, and then see if it actually translates to Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Hint, kinda doesn't. So first off is going to be Nintendo Switch. That it seems like, oh, the Pokemon Ultra Sun Ultra Moon is on the Nintendo Switch, so we shouldn't care about it. However, I don't think that that's really that big of a point. That there was a new main series Pokemon game confirmed for the Nintendo Switch at E3, that didn't do nearly as good as the announcement for Pokemon Ultra Sun Ultra Moon. Not just on my channel, but other sources, people are like, oh, we got this random announcement, it's too far off to care about, because that's over a year from now. We actually got like one of the earliest Pokemon game reveals ever, and people are like, okay, neat, we got a Switch version. But another thing that's really confusing about the Switch, because it's like, at the same time, it's the most hated idea for a Pokemon game, but it's also one of the most interesting ideas. So my new main series Pokemon game on Nintendo Switch video, tons of comments. People hated this idea. So it's not like the Eurogamer leak had any kind of relevance. It's not like people are protesting Pokemon Sun and Moon because it's on the 3DS, because it seems like it's the opposite around. People are protesting Game Freak for even considering putting a Pokemon game on the Switch. The biggest one seems to be money, Don't have the money for it, ain't buying a new console, just play Pokemon Stars, hope the leak is fake. That's it, Pokemon's done for me. This is on the announcement. This isn't even going to the Eurogamer announcement. This is for the confirmed game in 2018. You idiots, nobody has a Switch. Your sales will go downhill fast. And also just kind of looking at the nearsightedness of the community, because we still have a year to get that Switch demand in check. And as it stands right now, I just went on to Amazon and Nintendo Switches are in stock. Also, after talking with some friends and going on Twitter, it seems like game stores have the Switch in stock. That if you want a Switch, there is nothing stopping you from getting one right now. Seems like they really up production. That way everyone that wants it can get it from Mario Odyssey. And then we're still talking about a year from now. There's probably going to be like a Pokemon 2018 Switch bundle or something like they did with the 2DS, to where there's going to be millions of Switch consoles out there, and most of the people that have one will be buying the new Pokemon game. So I don't see how this has anything to do with the Eurogamer leak. Another funny thing about that is that people thought that the Nintendo Switch rumor was fake because they don't think that's ever going to be possible, I'm sorry, but with all these leaks, I'm calling BS, because are they really putting a mainline game on anything but a handheld device? And another funny thing is that even with the E3 announcement, people were like, oh, core series doesn't equal main series Pokemon game, you're an idiot, it's never going on the Nintendo Switch, but it's already been confirmed. So just the strangeness that people react to the Switch is kind of awkward. Now, another big thing about the Eurogamer leak is that 20 new Pokemon were rumored to be revealed with Pokemon Stars or the new version. We don't even know what it was called, it was just codename Stars. Pokemon Sun and Moon was codename Rainbow, so the codename doesn't really have too much of an effect as well. And the 20 new Pokemon, I really don't think that that's hurting Pokemon Ultra Sun Ultra Moon, because we're already getting new Pokemon. That this is a sequel version. We have 3 Ultra Beasts, we have 2 new forms, and then we also have the new Lycanroc form, and there could potentially be more new ones. Also with these leaks, it's not like when Pokemon announces Pokemon Stars for the Nintendo Switch for 2017, they're going to drop a trailer with new Pokemon. And another weird thing is that, the trailer was immediately hated. Nobody gave it a chance. I think it'd be the same for even if the Eurogamer leak was true. It's like, oh, this is just that Eurogamer BS, it's just Pokemon Switch version, just Pokemon Sun and Moon on the Switch. So I don't see any difference, because now I have to buy a Switch to play Pokemon Sun and Moon again. At least with what we've seen in Pokemon Ultra Sun Ultra Moon so far, it's just a completely different game. People are just saying it's the same exact game. No, there's there is way too many features for it to be even comparable at this point. And that's just kind of like another weird thing, is that it was a little late on the announcement. Generally, we expect the new game around April, May. This just came in early June, and by then, people were already done with it. It's like, so? So I think that that's just another issue, that I don't think this has anything to do with the Eurogamer leak. And then also, somehow people are upset that it's not Pokemon Stars. I don't see how that has anything to do with the leak to begin with, because it was known as Codename Stars. That was kind of the baseline right there. Also, it was like Pokemon Eclipse, Pokemon Stars, Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. It all makes sense, you know, it's just a name. I don't understand how people could get so tilted by the name. I'm guessing that's just because of YouTubers, you know? All the PokeTubers out there are like, oh man, Pokemon Stars it's stars, and we got stars and leaking stars, you know? They just shoved it down the people's throats that when they didn't get stars, like, they responded weirdly. I don't know, it's just too many people faking and greeting over just a code name and something that really doesn't make a lot of sense. But I feel like that had an impact in its own weird way. But again, that doesn't have anything to do with Eurogamer, because people were saying Pokemon Stars, Pokemon Eclipse before Eurogamer even caught wind of those rumors. And another thing is, guys, we need to put Stars behind us even more than that, because Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon is Stars. That it could be just named Stars. It could be 2 games condensed into 1, you know, and it would be no different. Back of Necrozma, that's a star. Necrozma's getting new forms, has a big thing about it. And freaking, we're playing in a world where Necrozma devoured the stars of that world. Naming Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, Pokemon Stars would change absolutely nothing as to what's going on. So I don't think there's anything significant about the Eurogamer leak. So I mean, maybe the 20 Pokemon rumor, but even then, like, that was conflicting. That the person that wrote the Eurogamer article says it's probably not going to happen, but then someone else that picked up that rumor later, months later, said that it is a possibility that there could be 20 Pokemon. So even then, that just kind of becomes a mess, and overall, we still don't even know how many new Pokemon are in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. So then that leaves us with the question, why hate this game? And at this point, it kind of blows my mind, because again, we have more than any other sequel version. We have new Pokemon, new exploration, new minigames, new game features. The list goes on and on and on. It's just an amazing addition to Pokemon Sun and Moon. So I'm guessing the 2 biggest factors, and they might even be subconscious, is Nintendo's own announcement about Pokemon on the Switch for 2018. Because a lot of people, they also want Pokemon on the Switch. You know, there's a lot of people crying and complaining about it, but their arguments are just confirmed to be invalid at this point. So the people that are looking forward to it, what's the point of buying Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, sinking hundreds of hours in the games when it's not going to matter, because we've already have the new confirmed game on a new console that's going to be all pretty and big on the Switch. So maybe people are just going to skip over that and try to give Pokemon Sun and Moon, or give Game Freak another chance in 2018, instead of actually using that opportunity with this much better game than Pokemon Sun and Moon that we already have. Also, maybe it just isn't Diamond Pearl remakes. That I think the Eurogamer rumor hurt a lot of people. That the response to the Eurogamer leak was, wait, they're doing Pokemon Sun and Moon again on the Nintendo Switch and not our 4th generation remake. So honestly, I feel like it's just the community being really childish and spoiled about, oh, didn't get Diamond Pearl remakes, well, I'm not going to buy any Pokemon games till we get our Diamond Pearl remakes. Now, we still don't even have it confirmed if Diamond Pearl remakes is going to be 2018, but it doesn't even make any sense because of that, because we look at Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, that we went X, Y, and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. That was a very unprecedented thing, and for some reason, people are expecting that exact same thing to happen again, even though that's not how Game Freak works with the Pokemon game releases. Every once in a while, we get a remake, and then things kind of bounce back and forth and stuff like that. So I don't understand why people were like, yo, we just had Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. That was the last game we had before Pokemon Sun and Moon. So why are they expecting, you know, remake, generation remake? That doesn't make any sense, but that's what people wanted. That's what people lost their minds over, and then when they saw Pokemon Sun and Moon getting just another version, they just decided to shut it out. I think it's just a lot of ignorance. That people don't want to give Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon a chance because it betrayed their expectations in a weird way. That even though there's so much new that's already been shown with it, they're not getting a chance. Like, well, it's stupid. I'm going to wait till Switch version. I'm going to wait till Diamond Pearl remakes, and nothing else is going to change my mind. Even though we've had so many reveals over the last couple weeks, over the last couple months, it's like, hey, this should be about as hype for Pokemon Sun and Moon. That, you know, we're a month in it now. You can turn on the hype, guys. You're not going to get burned. Game Freak isn't going to hurt you. It looks like this game is going to be the real deal. And for some reason, there's also like a lot of unnecessary hate towards Pokemon Sun and Moon version. Like, I don't have problems with those games. Those are solid Pokemon games, but for some reason, people just like, no, they retroactively, they went back, they're like, nah, these games suck. Anything that's to do with Pokemon Sun and Moon is going to suck. I don't care how much extra Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon sucks. Just burn down the 7th generation. I'm not going to care until then. And that's just like this weird mentality, even though we see just so much good being added in. That's kind of it. So yeah, I don't think the Eurogamer leak had anything to do with it. Maybe their own Switch announcement, and then also just not, like, I'm happy. I hope Game Freak doesn't fall into the whole Diamond Pearl trap, give the community what they want because they're being spoiled brats about it. But that does leave some interesting aspects. I wonder if it's going to be like Gen 8. I don't think it'd be too soon to go Gen 8 into a new console, and then that could kind of leave a lot of room to just kind of go into Pokemon for Diamond Pearl remakes as the next game after the 2018 game. I think there is, like, Pokemon can take a good path with this. I just hope that the community, you know, just, hey, Pokemon's an awesome game. Why don't we like what Pokemon puts out? Because the games aren't bad. Pokemon Sun and Moon were not bad games at all. They did have their problems, but at the same time, they were very enjoyable, and they were very grand. They were some of the biggest leaps we've seen Game Freak take, and it looks like they're just correcting all that and making it even better for Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. So I'm still pretty hyped, guys, and like I said, this should be it. This is where we unload the hype, we get ready for that game, and then we're happy Pokemon fans until like January or something. Things are gonna be pretty awesome. So guys, enjoy the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.